Going through some comments. This is the good and the beautiful. I think it was the live planning and planner update when I talked about the me contacting the good and the beautiful, the company, and what they did for addressing the issue with the damaged planner that was received. So if you all did not catch that video, go back. I just feel, you know, since I put the planner out there for you all to see, to follow up and let you all know exactly what happened, exactly, you know, how things went company wise, without, I didn't add my bias. Either way, I just let you know how things were handled. And basically, the company has no integrity. Yeah, no integrity. They just want the money. You guys can go back and read the comments. Somebody said they, you know, it really made sense. I shed some light on that. They didn't think people could actually, you know, take homeschoolers' money, but yeah, people do that. And in my head, that's not at all what I planned or what I imagined. I hear things, but I don't go off of what I hear. Okay, you know, this thing has been out there. I read the comments, I hear the, you know, whatever, but I don't go off of that. I have to go on my own experience. And the whole ordeal was a shamble. So, you know, basically somebody that's telling me that they sold this merchandise and they knew it was damaged, they have no integrity. It is what it is. Yeah. So, like I said, it has nothing to do with my personal, you know, opinion. This could have been anything. It could have been, you know, whatever curriculum and whatnot. I would have handled it the same way. And yeah, I just know that I most likely would not have gotten the response that I did. Although, yes, there are companies that put material and products out there that are not good, but damaged and not do anything about it. Yeah. You know, yes, there are some that do that because they, again, have no integrity, but most people will replace your things, replace your money, or what have you. Basically, they botched them, they printed them, they got them back, they knew they were bad, but they had to recoup the money. Okay, anywho, all that just to say, I received a comment, and I respond to this comment, and it's just so profound, and I just wanted to, you guys know I highlight things, Mommy's Day. It was about writing. That you all know that I talk a lot about writing and why we focus so much on writing. Writing is very, very important, and that's also a area that I see many homeschoolers afraid of. It's stressful, you know, stressful to the child and things like that. Shouldn't be, because you have to write pretty much in every subject, and you cannot just open up a curriculum. I've already talked about curriculum. There's no curriculum that can really teach writing, okay, because those are curriculum. Writing has to be taught from a writer standpoint, and you can learn those things. I've talked about the, you know, development of writing taking 18 years and things like that, but no curriculum, no matter how much it costs, is going to make your child write. And to introduce it because it's in a book, writing prompts and such, those things are all fine, but they are not truly developing anything. It's just a prompt. And sadly, that's where many parents stop. They think that is enough, and no, there's more to writing than a prompt or just a topic, things like that. And I'm going to read this comment. Writing is essential in college. Most college courses require heavy writing. All the humanities require writing. Psychology, philosophy, English courses, sociology, anthropology, which your kids will most likely take as electives, are very heavy writing courses. Yes, they are expected to be proficient in writing on various subjects. They will be expected to use reliable sources and peers journals or peers reviews. They should be able to cite their work correctly using the MLA or APA format. Yes, they are not only graded on content but grammar as well. So make sure that your children have good working knowledge of mechanics and usage, grammar, etc. This is from a mom who recently graduated college. I also noticed that homeschoolers aren't ensuring that their children's science studies are in depth or involve lots of experiments. Excellent video, Mocha Mommy 7. Guys, I could not agree more. Many of you don't even know, yeah, the citing, I don't want to turn this negative, but MLA, that was something we used early on, middle school. You know, I remember having to go to Barnes and Noble and get the MLA handbook. Yeah, and use it, you know, teaching my own kids. So writing prompts, there's nothing you have to cite. But if you give the child a writing prompt and think that, oh, I'm teaching writing, and you stop there, what happens when they get to the point where they need the MLA handbook or the APA formats and they have no clue? They are behind. That's why we spend so much time focusing on that and the grammar of it. I see a lot of poor grammar. I see a lot of it in the comments. I'm telling you, start them out the right way, because the longer you let them go the incorrect way, it will be hard to break that habit. It's, you know, somewhat like potty training a child. The longer you wait, the harder it will be, because you have taught them to do this in a diaper or pull up or what have you, and then you want to break it. It's going to take that much longer to break that habit. Same thing with handwriting. If you have a child that is writing somewhat, hold on, sloppily, messily, however you want to coin it, you know, the writing is just pretty much kind of chicken scratch, and you let them do this, each letter you let them write like that, it only hinders them. It only handicaps them. Okay? Fix it early. That way they won't be, because once kids get in their head, this is what they've been doing, this is what they're used to, again, it's hard for them to break. No matter how hard you may want to correct it, it's going to be harder to correct. So, but yeah, the, you know, in-depth studies, I see that a lot. I'm going to read you my comment back. It says, blessings, thank you so much for such profound comments. I agree. Writing is very essential, perhaps the most essential. Every subject involves writing, some to a lesser degree, but still priority. Great touch on the point about homeschoolers not ensuring in-depth science studies and experiments. That statement holds true for writing, grammar, math, and a few more. I know it takes a lot to homeschool, and there are many ill-prepared for various reasons. Also, many are not qualified, and that is quoted. It's a quote, okay? They're not qualified to a certain level in some subjects, okay? And I'm not saying that we have to be qualified. What I'm saying is some of us didn't even learn these things that we're trying to teach these children, and so it is a struggle, okay? Rightfully so. But this is where they tend to introduce certain topics and concepts, but back off due to their lack of knowledge. This only hinders the learning journey and stunts the potential growth. By no means should this be a barrier. Just means mom, dad, etc. should spend some time learning the topic to help the child efficiently. And I'm getting ready to fix my J. I see my, because I had to go back and fix something. Grammar. All right. Curriculum is only a stepping stone, not a reliable source to properly educate the child. Many lack the know-how to use the curriculum. So I could easily see how the lack of teaching child to use reliable resources to cite works. Okay. So if you didn't learn those ways, you're not going to teach that child because you're clueless. No one is perfect. I just help my children learn and be able to follow suit upon command, not sit and walk them through each and every time. That is pointless. This is the very reason why we spend so much time on developing writing. Okay, so when I'm teaching writing, grammar, etc., I teach them, show them, help them understand what I'm talking about. Model it, let them do it, and we continue to do it. But I don't sit and walk them through each and every time, because that means that I haven't done my job effectively in helping them. They should be able to model it if we are continuing to develop that skill. But if you have to constantly say, okay, go get your, whatever, sit down and write something, and they're looking at you like, what do you want me to do? I don't know what to. That's a problem, because it didn't click. And that happens a lot, and a lot of people just sweep it and, oh, never mind, or just write this. You can't tell the child what to write. Okay? Y'all, I don't know. It just, like I said, these are some things that just, they stick out because obviously somebody else is taking note of it. I'm not the only one. What did I just do? I don't know what I did, but yeah. So I appreciate feedback like this, because not only is it for me, it's for everybody. Okay, when somebody comes and they share some, heavy insight like this, this is what we like. Okay, this is what we like. We love this. And I'm just so I'm trying to use I'm so excited. I can see the passion, coming from this comment. Excellent video. So I could see, you guys, this is the feedback I'm talking about. Sometimes you won't see it publicly, but when I tell you, I get things like this a lot, and a lot of times I cannot, because it's personal or it's private or something like that, and I respect the privacy. I may kind of delve into it in a topic, but this right here, this lets me know that I'm saying something that clicks, something that makes sense, something that is helping, and that's all I'm here to do. Not trying to step on anybody's toes or what have you like that. I just appreciate I appreciate it fully 100%, and take everything that you see here on my channel, anybody's channel, with a grain of salt. With a grain of salt, okay? Nobody is perfect. Nobody's trying to be perfect. We all can live and learn, glean off of each other's experiences and things like that. That is, pretty much what we should take away, from these chats and vlogs and videos and things like that. Information that is helpful, something that could be applicable whether now or in the future. Many are not college educated, many are homeschooling and not have an intent to for their child for higher education. And in our home, that is what we do, so we do things differently. In your home, you may do things differently. Mommy's Day obviously sees she's a college graduate, and I'm sure that's where her children are headed. So we school differently. There are different standards, and that's just how it is. So when you view things, you have to keep that in mind. Some parents have no desire, or they don't. Homeschooling is just homeschooling. They're just educating a child so they don't have to go into a public school situation. It is the law. That's it. There's nothing more to it. They just want them to have a basic education. And that's fine. That's fine. Again, there are those that know that higher education requires a lot more. It's a lot more strenuous, and you have to prepare these children early on. And really, you cannot fully prepare these children. It's a very, any college graduate knows that, or anybody that has had any kind of higher learning education knows that. But you can do your best. Okay, do your very best. But I can go on and on. I can go on and on. I just wanted to highlight the comment. Lastly, thinking back, sitting in recent Duke graduation, commencement, and writing. That is what they were talking about. These kids were basically getting their thesis done for that degree. That was all that mattered. And, the professor spoke on that. They had to write the thesis. That was it. Nothing else. No other this, no other that, no other this. They had to write the thesis for whatever it is they had to write. Nothing else mattered. Astronomy, calculus, physics, none of that. So it was all about the writing. That's why these kids will stay up, so late and, write. And it is very difficult. But it's rewarding. It can be broken down, and it can be done. I encourage you all, stick with it. Find something that works. Be consistent with it. Again, go back to that video I did earlier this year, and I will try to remember to link it. But it was the kids writing. I think it was probably around February. And my older two little kids. That's pretty much the model that you want to follow. Okay? I gave some great pointers in there. The kids gave some great pointers. And if you stick with that, and every month you go in and teach them a different genre, different style, work on that grammar in between, you shouldn't have a problem. You shouldn't have a problem at all. Because, even with math, grammar makes a difference. Because if they don't know greater than, less than, if they can't write that out, how many more, they can't write that out properly, that makes a world of difference. It's going to cause problems. So let me get this done, and I will talk with you guys later. And some more comments I will answer. But you all leave me some feedback on here. I know I might have went a little long-winded, but again, I really believe that this deserved, it deserved what I did. Not to say that any of you all's comments, does not stand out to me. They all do. They all do. But I just know that this has passed, and some of you might not.